Hello everyone, Dad back here again on our debt-free owner-operator series. I hope you are all well. I think this is episode 29, I believe. I hope you're all well and enjoying the series so far and had a good week, whatever you've been up to. I have got plenty to fill you in on. We are still in Mexico.
Let's roll.
We've got to take this tractor a bit further up, or sort of it's more of a sideways step, I guess. Where we're going to Tlalte in Mexico still. So we'll get on the road and I'll fill you in. So first things first, I have got a new physics mod that I've been trying out. It's the Serial Black physics mod that modded ATS uses, and I've set it up exactly per the screenshots with the settings on, so hopefully it'll be fine. I haven't driven with it yet, so this will be a sort of maiden voyage. Obviously tell me what you think, if there's any if there's anything you don't like about it. It's a bit more rocky, sort of the cab sways a bit more, that kind of thing. There's a bit more feedback through the wheel, which obviously you guys won't be sort of aware of anyway. So there's that. I do genuinely apologise for the lack of content this week. I have been ill with the man flu, unfortunately, and it's just sort of lingered and lingered and lingered. Sort of, yeah, it's just been no end of it going. I've been having it. Just turn our lights on. Yeah, I've been sort of feeling a bit crappy for about 3 weeks altogether, and then last Friday, this will come up on Sunday, so about 10 days ago from where we are, I just started feeling really like rubbish, and it just sort of progressed and got worse and got worse, and obviously then I burned through my pre-recorded stuff, and that was frustrating because I wasn't really up to recording more things. And obviously one of the key focuses for my channel this year is to try and be consistent with the content. So I've just been feeling pretty rubbish about that generally this week, as well as sort of dying. But along with that, all of us have been bad in the house, so we've all had this sort of cough cold thing. And I've been to the doctors, and obviously they just said it's viral. Now I will give her a due, she did give me a good look over, but she said it's pretty much guaranteed viral. She said to plenty of rest, fluids, that kind of stuff, so that's what I've been doing. So yeah, just been feeling pretty rubbish. I'm starting to feel a bit better now. Still not 100%, still got a lingering cough, but it's just got to get on with it at this point, I think. So there's that, and then it's there's that, and then didn't have a car for a week because I didn't realise that the MOTs were booked up well in advance. So when I tried to book it, normally I could book it like a week in advance and get it in time. They had a 3-week wait list, which took it past the date of expiration of my MOT, so that I didn't have a car for a week, so that was a bit of a weird one. First time in like nearly 8 years that I haven't had a car. So I had that to contend with, then took it to the MOT. In my brain, I'd sort of figured that the brakes would probably fail and need doing, because I know they're close to the sort of wear indicator on the pad. So, and I had an advisory for those last year, so I was sort of expecting those to fail, and I'd had a price last year. It was about 160 to get those done. So that was pretty much what I was expecting. Was, oh yeah, the car, other than those, the car will go through the washer. The washer pump wasn't working either, and the part I'd ordered to fit it myself, because it's a relatively... The hell is this guy doing? Jesus, man. On your side of the road, bro. Yeah, so I ordered a washer pump to do it myself to save myself a bit of money, because like 15 quid. It turns out the one that, even though all the don't know if you've ever ordered car parts, you put in your reg number and it'll tell you, oh yeah, this one fits your car. Did that, ordered the one, came, and the actual connector to the electric work, like plugged in, but the connectors for the hoses to take off to the screen wash like jets wouldn't fit, because the hose was too big for the connectors, so I had to send that back. So I ended up paying the garage for that. And then after all that, it didn't bloody fail on the brakes. It failed on something much worse. It failed on the suspension lower arms. So that was 700 and about 720 quid altogether, which was much more than I was expecting. And advisories again for brakes, they reckon they'd probably get about 6 months out of them, so they'll need doing at some point. And obviously, like much else, the price has gone up, so that'll be another few hundred quid in a couple of months' time. So yeah, and then to top all that off, had the car back. So I took it in on the Thursday, got it back the Saturday morning, because they had to order the parts in and stuff. So that was Saturday last week that I got it back. And then Thursday this week, I went out to the car in the morning. So I take my wife to work in the morning. She starts at 8 a.m. And yeah, got all the kids in the car, strapped them all in. That's an ordeal in itself. If you've got kids, you'll know. And yeah, turned the key. Nothing. No start, nothing, no fire, no life. I was like, oh, so the battery was dead. So my wife, love her, she got a bus stop sort of 5 minutes away from our house, so we've only got a single car in our house, so she legged it off down to the bus stop to get to work. She's about 15 minutes late, which her boss was, you know, what can you do really? It's not her fault that the car didn't start with no warning or anything, so yeah, so there's nothing. Couldn't get it to start. I haven't got the like the jumpers or anything like that, or the battery charger or anything. So my recovery doesn't cover home start. So obviously, because it broke down on the drive, it doesn't cover them coming out and sorting it. Which even if it did, they wouldn't have got there in time to get her to work on time anyway. So yeah, I was scheduled to work in the office that day as well. So to ring my boss and say, look, I can't get to the office today because my office is probably 10 miles away or so. So that was all fine. It's, you know, I work in the civil service, so it's all flexible there. So that was all fine. And then my mate came in the evening then, and he's got one of those battery jump starters. You just sort of put it on, leave it a minute, and then you can start the engine. So did that, started up all fine. Drove it, did a good run in it, did like sort of half an hour. Because then we were cooking dinner at the time when he turned up, so we did that. And then after the kids had gone to bed, I took it out for another hour just to make sure the battery was fully charged up, because I'd had this sneaking suspicion I'd left the boot open or slightly ajar, which is why it was dead. So yeah, did that, and it was fine. Got in it the next morning, all fine, started on the button, got my missus to work, and then I am unsure why it wants me to go right and join back on the other side, so I'm just going to keep going. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, so I took her to work, that was fine. Come back, dropped the kids to crash, picked her up in the afternoon, absolutely fine, no problems. Went then in the evening to pick up my son from his mum's, also fine. And yeah, Friday morning then, that was also fine. So took my wife to work again Friday morning, picked her up Friday afternoon, all fine, lovely, started as expected. And then Saturday morning, today, the day of recording, so you'll see this Sunday, so yesterday, Got all the kids in the car, assumed it was fine, assumed my theory about leaving the boot slightly ajar was correct. And loaded all the kids in to go and do the food shop. Turned the key. Nothing. So yeah, I was pretty peed off about that. My friend who came to sort me out with his battery jumper, he is in Bulgaria because he was heading out on a holiday, so he's not around locally to come and sort it out. So that was a frustration. He did leave me his sort of trickle charger, which I was using, and then found out that actually the trickle charger he's sort of gave me is actually one designed for motorbikes, not cars. So it was charging it, but it was incredibly slow. And then when it was sort of indicating that there was enough in there to start it, it wasn't starting, and the attempt to start it was like draining the battery out. So yeah, all in all, it's been a pretty odd sort of week with illness and car shit troubles. Sorry, excuse my French. So yeah, as it stands right now, I ordered myself a battery jumper off of Amazon. The one that was sort of the most reasonably priced with the best reviews and stuff. And that came this evening. I got it on same day delivery. And then that needs 7 hours charging before you first use it. So that's on charge now. So hopefully in the morning I'll be able to start the car, get it down to my local auto parts store. Hello sir, going to let us through, thank you. Yeah, so that's on charge, and then what I'll do is tomorrow morning I'll get it jump started with that again, and should be able to get it down to the local auto parts store, pick up a battery. It'll be about 100 quid for a battery. I spoke to my brother-in-law because he's a mechanic, heavy goods mechanic, but obviously he's done this sort of car training, car mechanic course as well to get to heavy goods.
Keep right, and then exit right.
And he said the fact that there's no dash lights on when you manage to get it started, like the battery warning light's not on or anything like that, and the fact that it's, you know, once it's started it drives and it'll run, it doesn't like sort of die when you're driving it. It's very reassuring that it's not like the alternator or something, because he said if, you know, obviously if it's the alternator it's considerably more. I think it would be, sort of had a little look online, and you take the prices with a little pinch of salt, because obviously it depends what garage you go to and whether they're reputable or whether they're the kind that will rip you off and that kind of stuff. But they yeah, they reckon about 350 for parts and labour on a new alternator. So obviously if it's the battery, that's the best thing. But whilst I was standing there, because my drive's not attached to my house, so I didn't want to leave because it's not my battery charger, I didn't want to sort of leave it there and some little tow rag come along and nick it. So I sort of stood outside for ages earlier while I was charging up. And while I was there, I sort of googled the battery that's in the car, and I'm pretty sure with 90% certainty that the battery that's in the car is actually the OEM battery that would have been fitted brand new from when the car was built. Which, if that is the case, then the battery's 11 years old, so that's pretty good going generally for a battery, given that, you know, most batteries that you buy are sort of generally only rated for between 3 and 5 years. So let's put a little toll road here. Yeah, how much are they paying? Too much. how much that was because it displays it on the little tab at the bottom. Cool, so let's roll on. So yeah, I've had all of the car troubles this week, and they're not resolved yet. So, like I said, we've got to go tomorrow morning to the auto parts store and get a battery from them. Hopefully it will just be the battery, because after having spent over £700 on my car last week, I don't particularly want to be spending several £100 more again this week getting like an alternator. And the problem is I've got really no choice but to sort of do it and find the money to do it if it is that, because we rely on the car. Like, I work too far away really to oh shit, I don't know, this way. Yeah, I work too far away really that public transportation is not viable, because the closest that I can get is the closest I can get to work is on a train, and that's about 2 miles away. So you can get the train station, ironically, that I'd have to get on is very close to my house. So it's literally like a 5-minute walk from my house to get on the train station, get on the train that goes that way. This is really confusing. I think this is the right way. Yeah, so it's like 5 minutes away. But then when you get to the other side, the town that I'm going to, it's actually like 2 miles of a walk. A little bit of traffic build up ahead, but yeah, that's not ideal. So yeah, all of the car troubles, I'll shut up about that now. I will keep you updated. I'll let you know, because I'm sure there's some people, the regular viewers, that'll be interested to know about my dad's shit car journey. I mean, in fairness, I touch wood, I've had good, well, sort of touch wood, I've had okay luck with the car in general. It's only ever really needed like maintenance parts and just general wear and tear parts. So, you know, and it's, like I said, it's 11 years old, so there's coming up to the time now really where you expect these kind of things to start happening. So it's frustrating as it is, because you don't really want to be having to fork out that kind of money a month after Christmas, but you know, that's just the way that it goes. So yeah, I'll keep you posted if you're interested. So you know, keep an ear out on the next coming episodes, and I'll let you know what it turns out to be. In other news, the series news, I've got loads of stuff to talk about there. So in the last episodes, I don't know if anyone remembers, we had issues with late deliveries in Mexico. We're still in Mexico, obviously. The train, the trailer clears. I don't think it's gonna, and I think the train is probably gonna come. Bloody hell. Have to go around. I'll have a little bit as close as I can, because I am dead on that train. Shit, come on, mate, come on. Give him some horns. Come on, go. If a train, right, come on, go. If a train comes, we're pretty knackered. There we go. Yeah, he's gonna let us out, because I'm gonna force him to. Let's get back in cab to try and work out where we need to go. I'm actually gonna bring up the thing, because it's a bit confusing around here. I actually need to be, oh no, I can go dead ahead here. Yeah, I will come back to the point I was going to make. I just want to make sure I'm in the right sort of general direction a minute. Which we seem to be. Oh, that's why there's like a crash there. Diversion. Okay, that's fine. We can manage with this. This is just like a column in the road. Whoa! Holy moly! You see that? Crikey. That fire engine was having none of it. I don't know what's happened there, but that was nothing to do with us because we were on the other side of the road. Oh, nice. There it is. Some little funny glitches through there. I don't know what's happening with that, but I've not seen that before on single player. I've seen stuff like that on multiplayer convoy mode, but not on this. So
right.
anyhow, yeah. So if you remember on the last, oh, there's the fire engine there. Hopefully he doesn't like take us out. We're going right anyway, so that's fine. Yeah. So on the last episodes, because we've done, I think this is probably our fourth or fifth Mexico episode now. You might remember that the previous deliveries were late, and we had a small deduction for late deliveries. I did a little bit of Googling, a little bit of researching. As I'm sure you all know, I'm a researcher. And I found out that a lot of people have that same issue with Reformer. And I also found in the depths of the in the deep dark depths of the SCS forums, I found a mod that someone had made which corrects that. Now there are sort of conflicting reports that it's not actually, it doesn't 100% correct it. There are still circumstances where you'll get jobs that haven't got enough delivery time on them, but for the most part it does, which this is the first job I've taken since I installed that, save for that bit of traffic, which I think is probably going to have screwed us over. We had 10 hours on the job expected delivery time, and it was a 6-hour drive, so it looks to have, on this job at least, looks to have sort of resolved that issue. So yeah, I'll keep you, well, you know, obviously we'll keep you posted. We are still in Mexico. I sort of did have the opportunity, because it'd been, since the last recording, there has been a game update, which obviously when you do a game update, thank you officers, have a good day. When you do a game update, you obviously get the opportunity to fast travel. I think we go right here,
Keep right.
Yep.
And then exit
So
right.
I did have the opportunity to fast travel back to the States.
Exit right.
And I did, full disclosure, do that. Thinking that was the quickest way to get back to the States. Then I actually thought, no, that's not, you know, how do you explain that away without saying, oh look, you know, I just fast travel back, you know, when the opportunity arose because of a game update. So I reloaded the save back to the last checkpoint, or the last auto save, and picked where we were. I've got a bit of rain coming in now, so we might sort of scupper ourselves down the line with the series, because obviously it's seeming quite hard at the moment to get a job back to the States, and there are reasons that we want to get back to the States, which I'll cover off in a sec. A little thunderstorm. But yeah, as it stands, we are staying in Mexico until we can get a job back to the States. The plan being, we're going to try and work our way back up towards the north of Mexico. Whether we've got to do that with big jobs, little jobs, who knows. But yeah, we'll keep you posted on how that mod looks. I'll also link it in the
and then turn left.
in the description to this video as well, so that if you are running Reformer Mexico, I think it also works on
Turn left.
another Mexican map which is called Unimex, which I don't use that one, but it does work on that apparently as well. But I'll leave a link in the description below, so if you are running Reformer or the Unimex map, then you've got a mod there which should, in theory, sort you out. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. My phone's been ringing hot. Come on, mate, let's go. Got a couple of phone calls from one from Jake back up in Salt Lake. He has got something for me. He won't tell me on the phone what it is, but he said I like it, so he wants us to head back to Salt Lake as soon as we can, because he said that he's got a little something. Said it wasn't a lot. He doesn't want any money for it. It's just a little thank you because we've chucked a bit of business his way. So very sort of nondescript, but he won't tell us what that is until we get up there. Said he wants it to be a surprise. He said we'll need to leave the truck with him for an hour or so for him to sort it out. So absolutely no clue what that is, but he said to the next time we're up in that back in our home base to go and see him, which is what we will do. We are going to have to,
In 400 meters.
annoyingly,
Turn left.
because this means we are going to be late,
Turn left.
we're going to have to sleep, because our rest, we should have slept before we took the job. We've got 36 minutes left, 3 hours left on expected delivery, an hour 41 to drive. So if we hadn't got stuck in that traffic and we didn't need to sleep, then that mod would have sorted us out. But if I look at the map, I don't think there's another sleep point now until close to delivery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in here. There's a sleep point. We're going to sleep. We'll have to just take the late delivery. But I want to stress that's not, from what I can tell from the mod's point, it's because I didn't sleep before we took this job. And also because I ran into a little bit of traffic as well. I mean, either way we would have had to sleep, so the sleep is what's screwing us over at the minute. But yeah, there's a sleep point here, so I'm going to pull in here to sleep. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, we're going to, when we get back to the States, we're going to head back towards Salt Lake and see what Jake wants. What he's got for us, rather. He seemed very excited. When I say very excited, I mean think like a kid in a candy shop excited. So no idea, no clue. Like I said, he wanted it to be a surprise, so he said he wouldn't tell me anything. So let's pitch up here a sec. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. Alrighty, so we are awake. It is 3:45 AM. So far, the Serial Black Modern Physics mod, which I'll leave the link to the description. I'll leave the link in the description, not the link to the description. I'll leave the link in the description to the Steam Workshop page, and you can also, he's got a website, I believe, a Discord where you can download it from directly. But yeah, it seems okay so far. There is definitely more in the way of force feedback and feeling through the wheel and stuff. Obviously, the thing with these things is you're never going to get them dead on exactly perfect because it's a game at the end of the day. So let's indicate we're going this way. And then, obviously, what I've been doing is, as I've said, we are sort of gearing up for a trailer. What we want now is to get ourselves a trailer. I have decided that it needs to be a step deck or a flatbed. I would love to get a low boy, but the low boys that I've sort of been looking at are probably a bit out of price range. So I've been sort of asking at the various deliveries that we've been doing, been asking, does anyone know of any trailers for sale or anywhere that you can sort of pick up, you know, second-hand trailer or anything like that. And I had a phone call from our mate Russell up in Portland, up in Oregon. Now, you might remember Russell. If you don't, I'll
Keep
jog
right,
your memory.
and then turn right.
Because there's a right here somewhere. I don't know where. It's the right.
Turn right.
Yeah, so Russell up in Portland is the guy that ripped us off for the truck. He, I say ripped us off loosely because although there's a bottle up there, he did obviously tell us the truck was okay. Didn't give us any like advance warning that the truck was in a bad state. But generally, it's done us fine. Do you know what I mean? It's done us okay. Is it the best truck? No. Does it start, run, and drive? Yes. It's, you know, it's okay. I think his problem was he just didn't tell us. Now, he gave me a call, and he said, Sim, I have heard along the grapevine through my contacts that you've been asking about trailers and stuff. I said, yeah, I surely have. I said, do you know of anything? And he said, yeah. As it happens, I have a trailer. It's a brand new trailer. I was like, right, okay, color me intrigued. So he said, there's only one thing with it. He said, it's a bit rough around the edges. So I said to him, I said, look, Russ, my guy, we've been here before with this rough around the edges thing, and you wouldn't send me any pictures. You were a bit cagey about it. And, you know, I made the trip up there, did a job all the way up there, made it to Portland, and you, yeah, the truck was far away in a different league to what you described to me. So, how can a trailer that's brand new be rough around the edges? So he said to me, he spun me a story. He said in one of his yards he bought this trailer cheap off this guy. This guy owed him some money, so the guy couldn't afford to pay. So he cut him a deal on this trailer. So he said he got this trailer for well under retail, brand new off this guy. He said he didn't really end up using it. He didn't really end up doing anything with it because he went more into the restoring trucks business. Obviously that was what his intentions were with this truck. So that sat in the corner of one of his yards for some time. He said that it's brand new, it's never had a load on it, but it's rough around the edges. I said, look, can you just give me a ballpark price, give me more of an indication of what is rough around the edges. So anyhow, ballpark price, he said about $19,000, which, that's okay. He said it's a Benson brand, and he said that they go retail for 40, 45 in the configuration that he's got it. Oh, discovered Colatlan. Nice. So he said, yeah, he's well under retail for a brand new trailer. I said, tell me more about this rough around the edges business, because obviously, I'm a bit dubious about this. And all he said is the wheels that were on it were steel wheels. Because it's been sat, the wheels are rusted out. And because all the paint was chipped off them or something. And the tyres are worn, or not worn, but they're sort of pitted essentially. They're starting to crack and show their age and stuff like that. So he said it's been sat for a couple of years. I said, all right, if that's all that's wrong with it, then I'll make my way up there in a few weeks and we'll have a look at it, and hopefully we'll have the funds by then. And if it is as you describe, because Russell, you can't trust that guy as far as you could throw him, as far as I'm concerned, with our experience with the truck. But this is really, whoa, I can't see it, literally can't see a thing. I can't see a thing. I've got my lights on. I actually can't see a thing ahead of me. Right, let me get a better angle here. something about Mexico and dodgy conditions for the deliveries and stuff. If you remember on the last episode, we had to skip out on the delivery because it was horrendous fog. So yeah, anyway, that's the long and short of it. Jake's got a little surprise for us, won't tell us what it is. Russell's been back in touch, old dodgy Russ, and he's reckons he's got a trailer we might be interested in, and he's going to let us have it on a good price, which, you know, we'll give it, you know, we'll colour us intrigued. We'll go up and have a look at it because we could probably get some work up that way anyway. If it is as he describes and he is going to do 19 on it, then we will buy it. If it's not as he describes, then we can, there's another brand of trailer which we can pick up, which is, you know, they do brand new trailers, they're flatbeds, so the loads won't be as interesting. But yeah, they're about 24 brand new from the dealer or from the retailer, so there's options. But yeah, if it is a Benson, which I asked around after I spoke to him, spoke to Jake, and he said, yeah, Bensons are pretty good trailers. Ironically, Jake knows Russell a little bit. He knows of him, so he knows what he's like. So he said, look, you know, go up and see it. Let me know if you want me to do anything to it. And I said, yeah, will do, man. So that's the plan. That's what we're working towards. We're going to go up to Salt Lake and see Jake, pop in, see what his big surprise is. Tanago is discovered. I think that's where we were delivering to. I apologise again because that will be butchered. Don't know why it's making us go around this way. I think it's probably because there's a bridge over there or something. Anyhow, it doesn't matter, we'll follow the sat-nav. We're about a mile away at this point. So we'll go up and see what his big surprise is. And then we will head on up to, hopefully by then we'll have had some funds. We'll probably have to do a few jobs and stuff first. So we're currently sitting on just under 10. I think this will take us to about 9.5, I think, or maybe a bit less. Obviously I don't know what the late fee's going to be because we slept. But
400 meters.
We'll get the funds together if the trailer's good, or as sort of, not as good as he said, but as quote unquote rough around the edges as he said. If it's true, then we will probably buy that trailer from him, and we'll be fully rolling then. Because you get paid. The thing with the trailer is, if you own the trailer, you get paid more on a job anyway. So it's sort of a win-win all round, really. And also, if you unlock the fuel efficiency rankings and stuff as well, which I can't remember if we have done that or not. But if we do, then we will save ourselves a bit on fuel. Obviously we are saving ourselves a bit on fuel because of the fuel card that we got, the Busy and Broke fuel card, which if you want that, if you search out the Busy and Broke Discord, which is in the link to the GDC economy mod. So, and then you can get, I think it's like 5% or something off the price of fuel, which is no bad thing.
You've arrived. It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
Although it's a bit dark, we should be able to make delivery here, hopefully. says as he's completely messed up the approach. That will do us. Handbrake on into neutral. Let's unload the trailer. So all in all, not a bad little run. It was 260 miles. It was a late delivery again, but that was because of me not sleeping before taking the job, because obviously it's high on sleep requirements, so that was on me rather than the mod that I mentioned, which I've linked that down in the description below. If you are running Reformer Mexico or Unimex, I would encourage you to download that mod because it takes the majority of the issue away with late deliveries. From the comments around on that mod, there are still some deliveries that end up not having enough time to make them, but you know, that's I think largely to do with the terrain and traffic and things like that. So, but what that does enable us to do is keep hold of Reformer Mexico on the series. So the alternative was going to be to sort of get rid of that. But that is going to do us for now. So a couple of exciting things. A long rant about my car, which I apologise for. But I'll keep you posted if you're interested. And then yeah, we need to get back, see Jake, see what his big surprise is, and get up and see that dodgy guy Russell, see what he's up to, see what his quote unquote rough around the edges brand new trailer is. But until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you in the next episode. Take care.